We'll settle for calling the game in our house. Camila Cardoso ready to tip for Syracuse, and she ends up getting the ball as Mabry tips it right back to her. Early turnover there, and Maddie Westbeld will carry the ball up the floor for the Irish. Turns it right over to Tiana Mangakahia. Numbers for Syracuse. Mangakahia settles for three and knocks it down. Syracuse from three has been great so far. There's Digna Stroutmane, had the shot partially blocked, and Dara Mabry up the floor now.
I love Stroutmane. What she brings to the table has started in every game that she's played in for the Orange. For it to come full circle so quickly, the women's basketball world certainly rejoiced.
Here's a kick out for three. Priscilla Williams, the freshman.
Four of them can get out and start the break. You saw Naya Peoples that time unable to finish. And of course, Tiana Mangakahia does a great job. Offense by the Orange. Your point guard hunting the paint. The defense has to account for her. Stroutman, Naya, wonderful three-point shooter as well.
Could see some zone from both these teams and could see some pressure on both sides. There's Cardoso, and the size there just showing in full force as Camila Cardoso puts that one back up.
It is so imperative that when you are playing with someone with that type of size to diligently box out in a way that it can't be denied.
That's off the mark, and Prohaska with the board.
I like the shots that she's taken. The pump fake, she had a great clean look. Shooter shoot to stay hot and shooter shoot to get hot. Mabry's had a really strong month of January, running that point guard spot for Coach Ivy. Is contingent on what they can do on the defensive end. When they get rebounds or get steals, and they can beat opponents down the floor. Lewis has taken, she's a willing three-point shooter. I actually like the looks that she's gotten so far today. That one just a little bit strong, but Syracuse is back in their signature zone.
4 points for Brunelle here in the first quarter. Led all freshmen in the ACC in scoring average last year, and there's Stroutmane underneath the basket, putting that one in.
I actually think that was Enksler, partner.
Enksler, excuse me.
The pass from Javi Taldi, though, was terrific.
In transition, let's see what Notre Dame can do. Back out for Sam. Brunelle, a long three. That is something that she has improved drastically this year, Monica. Way to break the zone there on Notre Dame's side from long range since. There's another long one, and that falls in.
Much so, good luck. But I will say, of the young women that we've seen do this, and Ali Vantameren comes to mind at BC, you can bet that they've got folks around them as Maddie Westbeld finishes there.
Ball movement around the perimeter, back out to Lewis for three, and Kira Lewis now has 6.
That one, she did get that look because the ball goes inside to Javi Taldi first.
First field goal in over 7 minutes, but right back on the other end, there's Maddie Westbeld with 4 now.
Maddie is so good finishing.
Good ball movement here. Same spot for Lewis. No good. The rebound and put back by Digna Stroutmane. Her first points of the game. Olivia Miles breaks the double team easily. And the easy pass and the easy finish. It looks easy for somebody playing in their first collegiate basketball game here.
Yeah, it's just basketball. I kind of want... I love that. I love that.
Maeva Jaldi-Tabdi there.
And Maeva to look to seal that back line. But that was a great catch by Javi Taldi. She's coming off of a terrific game against Pittsburgh. Love the unselfishness of the rookie, but I kind of wish she had held on to that one there.
The reverse and the bucket and the foul for Emily Enksler. Tough pass through some white jerseys from Olivia Miles, turns it over. Trying to go quickly, but Miles gets it right back.
It's a terrific mistake response. One of my favorite coaches used to say that.
Emily Enksler's three is off the mark. So after starting 4 for 5, 1 for 16 now from long range. Might want to start looking down low a little bit more.
The Irish are cutting through the zone with precision.
Camila Cardoso in the and one. Mangakahia steps into one and buries it. Tiana Mangakahia, a couple of threes. She has 6 now.
This is good defense by Syracuse, and if you listen closely, you can actually hear them talking.
Dara Mabry's three, no good. Falls to Brunelle and puts it right back up.
Both are high basketball IQ players. Sam Brunelle was one of my favorite freshmen last year. This year she's battled a few injuries, but I'm sure she'll get back to it as Priscilla Williams is able to connect on through. They've got to commit defensively. Syracuse, as you can see already, is going to make a little bit more of a concerted effort to move that zone. And this is exactly that. She already does a great job of running the rim. She has great hands around the rim. And so just as her body gets stronger and quicker, she'll be able to do what she does better. Great question, though, Sam, about Cardoso. Here, you know, she's a little bit flat-footed for me, but she's in the right position. She's at the center of that zone. And so just as she becomes more athletic, I think her game will grow and continue to improve.
But 11 points now. Did start today, but still, I mean, she has kind of been known to be that power sub, if you will.
A little too much kind of forced the issue, but today she's been very cerebral and made right reads.
Mangakahia stepping back, easy bucket for her.
A couple of steals. She has 2 steals on record, but had a couple deflections. Different role today, but I do think that her presence was felt in that first half.
Here's Stroutmana for 3 in the corner. Yes, Stigna Stroutmana now has 7. Brunelle steps inside. 3-point line, misses, and Williams drags down the rebound.
Irish fortunate that Brunelle didn't connect on that one because she's usually money from there.
Here comes Syracuse.
Everything I could to play as opposed to sitting at home doing nothing. So we applaud coaches, staff, administration, our production team, so many people across the board making sacrifices so that we can get through this season. Now, the previous possession, Sam, was textbook in terms of what Syracuse has to do to shift the zone. Kiera didn't hit that shot, but that was great too. And that's the type of thing that you can't teach, right?
9 and 6 so far in this game. Kick to Mabry. Quick trigger in the corner, yes. Dara Mabry, back-to-back threes.
I'm not sure how Sam Brunelle was so free to make that pass to Mabry, but I actually think there was a little drag screen action by Westbeld coming down, and then there's Brunelle right on cue, free throw line extended.
Freshman in ACC scoring last year, averaging 13.9. Only averaging 8 coming into this game, but she's going to add on to that. There's a long 3. Emily Engsler. Ball starting to fall here in the third quarter for both these teams. Engsler with a steal here.
Great read by Engsler to jump that pass.
Good ball fake, good find.
IQ basketball if you're the Syracuse Orange.
Brunelle steps into another one and rattles that one home. She's gotten some friendly rolls here in the Carrier Dome. I think it's great that they're allowed to be doing that because a lot of these high school programs aren't playing. And there's Prohaska with a long 2.
I wondered what that would look like in terms of roster spots. So essentially, this is just almost a redshirt game. Well, she's actually playing in games.
Yeah.
So Mangakahia obviously has returned. Stroutmana and Jaldi Tabdi have played valuable minutes in big-time games. So which team is able to exert their will on the other in this fourth quarter? It doesn't go straight to her that she would be involved in some sort of screen action.
There it is. You called it,
We'll
Monica.
take that.
Well done. Storylines for each school and talk to coaches from across the conference as Maddie Westbeld returns favor.
Cardoso just came up with a big-time block to give her team an extra possession.
Lewis ties up the game.
Man.
67 all. Brunelle, nice bounce pass down to Mickey Vaughn. Tough shot, tough make.
Great finish.
Mangakahia driving the paint. Nice feed. Can't finish though. Back to Cardoso. Wow. The dishes from Mangakahia. She has been doing that her whole career. Syracuse with their first lead since 15-13 with 3:35 left to go in the first quarter. Looking to add to it here. Williams with the big 3.
And they now have the lead in this ballgame.
Partially blocked. Cardoso has had her hands in the shooting eyes of everybody, and she adds on the offensive glass. Despite the loss to Clemson, they've won a couple of really good games, and this is another one here at home. 81-69, your final.